Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. I appreciate you stopping by today to see what's going on here. I got makeup all over my table. Friend was saying, I don't wear makeup a lot. I've got a date coming up. What would you suggest? I said, I've got you. Let me do a quick video for you. And as long as I was going to throw something together, share it with my friends here on YouTube. So talking to a bunch of men, their opinion seems to be they want women who don't wear makeup. So they think, but this isn't true. They want a woman who isn't wearing what they think looks like a lot of makeup. So in order to look like you have no makeup on, there are some things you can wear that will make yourself look more polished, more pulled together. This time of year, maybe even a little more festive. Let's have a little conversation about that and create this look here, which I think turned out very, very natural. If you want to see how it came about, keep watching because we're going to do very natural first date makeup today, coming up right now. All right, I guess this can also serve as a foundation try on here because I've never used this before. And I'm going to start with a little bit of foundation. And this is Milk Makeup Liquid Blur. And I think the color I have here is light medium. Medium light, they call it. So I'm going to take a little bit of that onto my finger. It's a little squeeze bottle. And I tried it on my hand. I know it was a little heavy, so I'm just going to take one tiny squeeze because I don't want a lot. And I'm going to take this Morphe brush, which is just this very flat. And I probably need a mirror here. Little one will do. I just want to cover some of this redness that I have this time of year. I did put moisturizer on before. I might need a little bit more, but we'll see how this spreads. Yeah, I don't get much redness on my forehead, but I do for sure around my nose. We might need a little concealer there. And my chin. I was actually peeling from the Retin-A. I'm going to take a little tiny bit more here. And I'm going to put a little bit and around my nose. I literally have skin peeling off my face. This is a nice coverage though, considering how little I used. You see, I always get here because you don't get sun here, so it's whiter than anything for sure on your face, but even whiter than your neck. And let's use a little concealer too. We'll use my Maybelline Age Rewind to brighten up this corners of my eye here. And I'm also going to use my NYX Dark Circle Corrector. It's a peachy little color. It's just the right consistency though, that it's not super liquidy but I'm gonna put that right where my darkness is here. And then no matter what I'm doing here, be it makeup from the drugstore or the department stores / Sephora, Ulta, just because I like it. There we go. We have a nice base here to begin with. And we just want to keep this sheer. We want to keep this glowy. We want to make it look like we're not wearing a ton of makeup, even though we want to give a little bit more perfection to what we have going on. This is my e.l.f. bronzer. I look a little dead here, even though that color is right. Take this one, and this one looks a little too pink for me, but these are good. So we're going to take that. It's a little bit lighter, which is good. You've got to use a little bit more, but you don't put it on and get a big bright orange spot, which I like. I like to do my forehead. Yeah, here. Bring it down my neck a little bit. And as long as we're here, really right on my cheekbones. I'm not really trying to get it underneath the cheekbone or on top. Just kind of right where blush would go, but a little bit wider swath there. And I'll take the lightest color and give myself a little nose contouring. And then if we're going to get a little bit more of that glow I was talking about, let's try a little highlighter too. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the color pink. It looks like that. This is a Japanesque brush, so I'm going to use that. Just tap into it a little bit. And then gently I'm going to lay this on the top of that cheekbone there. Maybe a little bit more. right on the top. Next up, I'm going to give my brows a little definition with my Give Me Brow. I have not found a drugstore version of this that I enjoy. I've tried a few, so we have to go out of our drugstore comfort zone here. But if you have something you like, please let me know. And what this is going to do, besides gently put my brows into place, not a ton of hold on this product, is it's going to darken them up. I know sometimes I get my brows disappear because I have foundation mixed into them. And then I'm just going to direct the tail a little bit. For blush, I have this little one from Sonia Kashuk. The color is Sunset. And with a blush brush, I take a little bit of that. It's a peachy color, a sunset color. And the placement on this is going to be basically in the middle between the bronzer I put on and the highlighter. I like to just pounce it on. I feel that gives me the best blend here. I'm going to go a little bit further back on my cheekbone. You know, I tend to do this area here, the apples of my cheek, but let's see. Only with what's left over on this brush. I want that to be not as intense. I'm going to do a little something to my eyes, and I'm going to use this Morphe 350 palette, which is a lot of brown neutral colors you might have seen me use before. And I'm going to pick a we're going to use this camel color here to start with right here. And I'm just going to lay that across my lids and blend it up into my crease as a base. That almost would be a nice look once I put on a little, either I could do liner or some shadow underneath and mascara, but I'm going to go a little bit more than that, but keep it very neutral. This MAC 35 brush is a fluffy brush. Did I show you the new one I have that I just love that's very similar to that? From CVS, I got this Carey E30, which is very, very similar, as you can see. I think we'll go into, we were here, I think we'll go to this color here. And this color is going to go into my crease, which is right at that line there. Lay most of the product at the outer corner and then kind of windshield wiper it into towards my nose. Gives the eye a little definition and makes my puffier area above my lid recede a little bit. And then I kind of turn it into a V by doing that. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush, a pencil brush, which looks like that. Dip that into that same brown color and set that under my lower lashes to define below. Connecting it at the outer corner with what's going on the top lid. Slightly fluffier brush than what I had, and right at the top there, just blend that color out a little bit so I don't have any harsh lines. Before I move on and finish my eyes, I just want to brighten up my face a little bit. So I'm going to go with a soft pink lipstick. This is from Milani. It's number 43 and it's called Pretty Natural. And it's a pink color. And I'm not going to line my lips. I'm really going to just put that on the top lip, bottom, and then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. That'll just brighten things up a little bit, make me look alive, to me at least. And then let's finish up with some mascara. We're going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational in black that has this curved brush here like that. Comes in a bottle that looks like that. And I like this for my lower lashes. And looks very natural. But I want a little bit more than mine lashes for the top, so I'm going to use my Lash Princess in the with the terracotta writing, which is my favorite, especially when used in tandem with the second mascara I'm going to use. And I am going to make sure I get this at my roots of my lashes and direct those lashes outward a little bit. That's one coat, and we will let that just dry for a second. We have NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu, which is just going to soften and make this pink a little bit more muted, but a little shiny. I have no lip liner on, so if this fades away, I'm not going to have a dark line around my lips, which I like the idea of. And I'll put a second coat of mascara on. The final coat of mascara is also an Essence mascara, and it's Get Big Lashes Volume Boost. Also going to be in black, and this one will add a little, let me clear off that little tip. That'll give us a little more oomph as opposed to length. So it make them a little more bold. And then the last step for me here, I'm wiping off my fingers, would be to give it a little bit of powder, a little bit of staying power. And I'm going to use my Milani Prep Set and Glow in the color 02, which looks like that. And it has a little bit of a nude to it. I'm going to take a very fluffy brush. I want to make sure my under eyes don't have any creases, so I'm going to touch those real quick just to blend any concealer. And then I like to powder the middle of my face. I'm not going to powder over the highlighter. Doing my once over look, and I think this looks pretty natural. I'm going to put on a little bit more mascara on this eye because it looks uneven to me compared to the other one. Now it looks uneven the other way. And I think we have some very neutral definition that looks natural and pretty without looking like I have a full face of makeup that's going to make anybody, any man, first notice my makeup before he notices my face. I will zoom you in a little bit so you can see what this looks like. A little bit of glow from within, some lashes, some pink to my lips. I didn't use red or my normal, I like to use sometimes a little bit more brick or orangey color sometimes, but went with the pink. I have some lipsticks that are berry, and I like to just make them very sheer. I use a brush on them or just pat them on as opposed to going straight from the bullet. But you can see I have cheeks. I have a little flush color to my skin here. I don't look as white as when I started because I have a little blush happening and a little definition to make my eyes pop a bit, a little bit of shadow underneath that looks like it's coming from the shadow from my lashes. And the one thing I would do probably if I had it here, and I don't, would be I would add some black liner to my inner rim on the top to help give a little bit more definition to my lash line. I know a lot of people love making their eyes much more defined and using a black or a brown eyeliner on top of the lid. I personally prefer it a little bit more subtle, and I do the black pencil, a gel pencil, inside my rim. And that would totally go with my look here of keeping it natural. You wouldn't see any long cat eye extension or even a line that stops at my last lash. But it would make my lashes look even a little bit thicker. And that would do it. I hope you found this helpful, and if you're not a person who typically wears makeup, you can see that didn't take me much time at all. If you truly don't love doing the whole makeup thing, you could skip the foundation and just start with the concealer, a little bit of concealer to cover any redness or darkness. Just make sure that concealer matches your skin really well and blends into your natural skin tone so it's not noticeable. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed my little tips here for a natural first date, second date, third date even, makeup look. If you just want to look like yourself but a little tiny bit more put together. I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and until then, thank you and have a good one.
Disappears.
Well, my phone is not gonna cut it as a mirror. I guess I could use that, right?